is right next to her lifelong best friend. That's where she wanted, she had
Oh,
bought a plot and had
Is that the
Alice.
Allen girl?
No, it's
Yeah.
Alice Hacker, who was her best friend in the whole world.
Aw.
Uh, and her husband's buried next to her, and Alice put her headstone on the other side. So on one side of little Alice is her husband, and then on this side will be Alice. And they were all like best friends. The whole reason that she had that pond dug was so that her and little Alice and Sprout could fish in it. Like that was her family. That was, after her husband died, that was what she had. Those were her people.
Yeah.
And so she had a plot and a gravestone and a crypt and all that up there in Ohio. But before she started losing her faculties, she had a headstone put up there where she's going. That's where she wanted to be. She's like, I've changed my mind. I'm going up here with Alice, and this is where I'm going to be, right here on this farm. So,
Well,
That's
you can't
awesome.
blame her. That's
well,
amazing.
yeah,
And then Irv was like Irv Senior was just what her ex-husband anyway. So
right,
I
right.
mean, and all of her family. I mean, the whole Frost family's what from Anita, isn't it? Are you all from
Well,
that area?
I'm originally from Hamilton, Ohio, up there, where
Oh, okay.
so at some point, half of the kids, the great, half of Alice's, even Alice is from Hamilton. I mean, everybody's lived in Hamilton at some point. Um, but when they were younger, my grandpa and Alice and all of them moved to Ohio, and that's where she owned all the nursing homes, was up there in Hamilton. So when she sold all them, she moved down there and bought that farm.
And
And
So
do you know what Vaughn's official position was at the nursing homes?
orderly?
Oh, yeah, that's what. Oh, yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah, he was
claims
an
he used
orderly.
to deliver. He said he delivered babies there at
He
the
didn't
nursing
deliver no
home.
damn babies. He was cleaning bedpans and emptying garbage cans, and he was an
Right.
orderly.
He
He was
claimed
a
he was
custodian. You know what I mean?
Wait,
right. He
wait,
was.
wait. I'm sorry. How many babies are born at an old folks home? I mean, I'm just,
Oh, they make
above
I
buckets.
know,
stage.
I know.
Well, I
Like,
mean, only if they're born in bedpans did he have to deal with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He claims
Exactly.
he was
I
giving
Doing
out
know.
brown
beds and shit like that, acting like a nurse, a doctor, basically.
It's just crazy how no matter what the topic is, he comes out shining instead of smelling like a big turd like he is.
Right.
I don't.
Hey, Suck, what's up, buddy?
Secular.
I
Not by me.
object. No, I'm just kidding.
Not by me, brother. I mean, I'm going to prison. What does it matter? You can have it. Okay.
I've been going to prison. I've been going to hell cell for what since 2011 because of the Kelly chat log. So
Oh,
there.
nice. Yep.
I think I'm
His
on death
gods are
row
coming for
actually.
us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rot in hell for the shit we've done to him.
Well, he said they cut down 15 people, so I'm wondering who the 15 are because I have no clue.
I don't know. We're starting a pool for the next 15. Place your bets. Place your bets.
his concept of the criminal justice system is amazing. I love it. That accessory to theft is a 25-year to life sentence in Kentucky.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get fucking shit-faced and run down children outside of a school and not get 25 years. But,
Everything.
like,
My favorite is the murder charge when he said that Larry Frost is guilty of murder after the fact. What? But yeah, everything is 25 to life. 25 to
Well,
life.
he's got a master's degree in law. He's got all these things on his side. So you guys really shouldn't be so upset.
he went on a...
He's a
I
damn
mean,
real
he
estate
knows what
lawyer.
he's talking about.
He went to real estate law on a football scholarship.
After 2 years of medical.
That's when the big bucks start rolling in.
Right. It's crazy, man. Yeah.
God, so painful to listen to his first rendition of the story of finding his mom and letting her chill for a bit and letting her go, coming back to check on her a third time.
I
Like the
was,
first
dude, when I got up that morning and watched that video, I was blown away.
Oh my God! And he says, well, her speech was slurred. She was kind of out of it, and one
So I
side of her
let her
face was
rest.
drooping. Oh my God!
Oh my
One side
God,
of her
dude.
face was drooping. He immediately, based on all of his medical training, immediately recognized that as a situation where, let the old lady sleep on the floor. Oh,
Sleep on the floor. It's good for you. That's what I do.
You know, that's I have a big problem with that because I wonder, just in the back of my mind, if Alice wouldn't still be with us if she had got medical attention sooner.
That's all of us think that, bud.
Well, that's why the acronym for the stroke, identifying a stroke is FAST, because you got to act
Right.
fast.
Oh yeah, the faster you do something, the better chances are of
That's
recovery.
right. That's right.
Especially when you're talking about a 90-some-year-old lady with a brain bleed. I mean, time
He
is of
doesn't
the
care.
essence, brother.
So Ronnie, do you think it was? I mean, I'm asking you to get dark here, and I apologize, but do you
Sorry.
think his intent was like completely nefarious, or do you think it's another one of these situations where he just couldn't be bothered to help her up?
I think it's gross neglect, but I don't know. I think he needs to have a mental eval. I don't think he's all there. Like,
Hasn't
why
he
would
had
you?
several? Like, hasn't the
Well,
state given him
I
several
would
in the
think.
past?
I know that he took the predator test and failed it.
The
did.
pedo test failure confirmed.
Oh yeah, when he was trying to get his kids back, they made him take that predator test and he failed it. So that's why he never got them back. He failed that test.
I think
Yeah.
the test, KAT, was for affinity, whether or not you can form like normal bonds with other human beings on the planet. I don't know that it was a pedophile thing, but he certainly has difficulty forming like normal bonds with
Yeah, but
humans.
pedo test is way funnier, bro. Quit
Well,
correcting us.
So I
common
actually,
sense,
Fucking
common
thunder
sense is
killer.
in short supply over there at his trailer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a lick of sense. Just doesn't think irrationally. He doesn't think rationally.
No,
Like I said, I
exactly.
think he needs to be in an institution somewhere.
He is a big victim. He's a big victim to wishful thinking. When he
Obviously,
desires
that
something,
would ruin all your
it
fun.
is true. He's standing there looking at like, his mother on the floor, bleeding into her brain, and he thinks, she's probably okay. Therefore, in his brain, she's okay. Wishful thinking.
All right. Oh, chat questions. I'm sorry. I'm leaving everybody sitting.
Oh, no worries.
Ronnie, will you be holding the cam when you? Dude, I've already talked about that. I'd love to be over there when they haul his ass out of there. I'd
Well,
love to get that on
let me
video.
ask you this, because the guy who's the executor is your family, right? Like he's
That's
your
my
uncle, right?
That's my daddy's brother.
Gotcha. So what
And my daddy's gone, so he is like a father figure.
Well, let me just ask this, right? So whenever the decision is made, you will be among the first to know, right? Like
Oh yeah.
you're
Oh,
being
yeah.
the loop. So when you get, whatever happens.
Right. I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna happen.
Well, not only that, but what I'm getting at is, because I know you guys are kind of close in proximity to Vaughn. I mean, is there a window where we could possibly get a drone down there and like trick him into thinking the UFOs have come to rescue him?
I don't know if I don't know about all that. That's not really my cup of tea. So let me give you a little background about Little Jim. This guy he's bashing online. We're talking about a Vietnam vet. He was a crew chief on a helicopter in Vietnam. Well, he was the door gunner. The crew chief's the door gunner. Got shot down 4 times and survived. He saved a guy's life, pulled him out of a big roll of concertina wire. If you don't know what that is, that's that razor wire shit. And a guy was in it was a burning helicopter, but as it crashed, the kid landed out of the helicopter into this concertina wire. So the kid's burning in this roll of concertina wire, and my uncle reached in there and got him out and burned his arms all the way up almost to his shoulders. They gave him the soldier's medal. Now that's the highest medal you can get as an enlisted member in the Army. This guy is eligible for the Medal of Honor. If anybody would put him in for it, he would be a shoe-in for the Medal of Honor. I mean, I got mad respect for my uncle. And when he gets on there and starts talking all that smack about my uncle, I want to go down there and slap him around. I do.
I mean, I imagine that's how most of you guys feel. I mean, the reality is you guys aren't messing with him at all. He's he's dreamed up all these grievances he
Oh
has.
yeah,
No,
we're not stealing anything. We're not taking his inheritance. All we're doing is securing what Alice wanted and what the will states, that everything goes to them babies of his.
well,
We're he's
if
he's
it does,
literally trying to squander their inheritance.
if it does come down, when you do find out the results of whatever's going to happen with the attorneys and all that, let us know like
Yeah.
what the plan is. Like, let us know if you know if you guys plan on kicking him out, if you got whatever. Even if he if I mean, a lot of us have speculated that you guys will be very merciful because you'll feel bad because this guy's an
No.
idiot. But I'm just saying, even if that's what happens, right? Whatever happens.
I mean, we're doing whatever it says in the will, whatever the lawyers and the judge decide.
Gotcha.
It's out of our hands, really. I mean, it really is. Whatever the probate, however they handle that, I'm not sure. I've never had to be an executor of a will. I'm not sure.
Will
But I'm
there
sure
hold? Can you auction off some of his belongings that are not covered in fecal matter?
there's no such thing.
Well, he has a
He
staff of
doesn't own
Ra.
anything. It's all hers.
He has a staff of Ra. He has an Elder Scroll, right? He has.
Okay, I just want to say that I do have the opening bid of $100 on that.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Okay, so if I can secure that Elder Scroll, we're going to start the bidding right now. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Bro, if you can get his computer,
Oh, yeah,
I'll pay you. I'll pay you $5,000 for his computer.
Oh my God!
Ooh.
That is good money for his POS
Yeah,
computer.
dude.
His
Good
computer's
money. That's
his
pretty
computer's
good money.
old.
I'm just saying.
No, I want what's in it.
You want
Right,
the content,
heart-
right.
Oh, Paulie, you want that computer that's behind there too. You want all them
Yeah,
computers.
I want the hard drives out of Lake Alice
Listen,
too.
this is what we're
Hey,
saying.
Ronnie, real quick, I'm gonna kind of play middleman here, so you don't have to keep bouncing back and forth between chat and all that shit. So if there's any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and try to field them for you and try to keep this as clean as possible. Hillbilly Jim asked if there was any food left in Ma's pantry or the fridge at this point, if anybody knows, or how thin it's
Unfortunately,
running.
this is the truth. Now, unfortunately, he is the only one with access to her trailer right now. None of us have a key
Okay.
to Alice's trailer.
And you
He's the
did say
only one with a
earlier
key.
that he was witnessed at the dollar store buying
Yep.
a
I was
baker's
there.
dozen of fucking
That's
TV
my
dinners
son
or
there.
something.
I was
Frostbite,
here.
that's
I
my
was there.
son. And he works
I
at
was
the
the one
Dollar
that
General
rung
right
him
here
up.
in Nonita. And yeah, he rang him out.
No.
Yeah, that's true. That's true right there. That's not
Well,
made up.
what I was getting at is if it does come down from on high that you guys are gonna kick him out. I mean, the reality is he probably has nowhere to go, right? So he's gonna have a lot of stuff in that trailer. And I'm saying, don't just throw it out. Like, get some strategic things as they
Have an
hold
auction.
value. Right.
There
I
may
don't
be a
know.
gold
See,
standard
his-
there
his-
that we
You'll be
don't know
surprised what
about,
we
Paul.
probably bid on.
His
Well-
capes, man, those are priceless.
I'm not sure
If you
how
could
this
find
is all
his
gonna
drawing that he did of the stealth fighter
Oh,
when he
right.
designed it at 8 years old, I'll buy that too. I'm good for that for $200.
There's some
Yeah.
big ticket items in there, like the Elder Scroll, like the Staff of Ra, like the screwdriver, the infamous screwdriver that almost killed his
Oh,
wife.
The
The
totem.
stealth blueprints.
Like, someone's going to take the totem too.
The totem,
I-
yes, the
If,
Black
if
Panther
I get the
totem.
totem, if I get the totem, I'm hanging that in my bedroom. Just the Black Panther picture over my bed.
Oh shit!
Shit.
So don't just throw everything out, like the computer especially, because it's not the computer that we want; it's what's in the computer, right?
Roger. Hey, I'm not sure if I'll even have access to any of that stuff, but if I,
But just put it out there, like I said, just
Right.
put
I
it out
mean,
there that it's worth
obviously,
money.
So obviously, my uncle's gonna have to do something with all this shit.
Right,
He's the
right.
executor of the will. He can't sell the properties with them full of.
And he'll need
garbage.
help. He's not going to go in there by himself and
And he
wrangle
needs
all
it.
that
Well-
shit. Yeah.
Well, my
I
uncle
own
has had.
I own a
so-
moving truck.
So Uncle Little Jim has had 2 strokes. Okay, he's not physically able to do any of it. So I may be able to have an inside line on some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
when it's
do
time
your
to haul the
best.
shit out to the dumpster, there may be some of it going in my truck.
That's what I'm
Okay?
saying.
all
That's
gonna
what
say.
I'm saying. And when we're giving you a list, the Black Panther
Give me a
picture,
list, okay.
the Elder Scroll, the Staff of Ra, the computers, especially the computers, any kind of electronics that's
Yeah, I
not
don't
covered in
know,
fecal matter.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually get that because there's monetary value attached to it. But some of that little bullshit, I know I could probably get.
Well, but here's the thing. I mean, you could do an estate sale, like an online estate sale. No money, no problem giving this money towards the
that day
the
when
trade for the kids. Like this can go towards the kids. That's fine.
So
He's
that
wasted enough of
day
their
when
money.
he left when he left the video and was gone for like an hour. Dude, I wanted so bad. Like, we sent people over there to see if he was being hauled out of there that day, because if they was arresting him, I was going to go over there and get on his computer, and you guys would
Oh,
see me
that would have been money.
I'd have been like, here we are.
That would have been so
priceless.
There are a few more requests from the audience here, Ronnie. The Irvy plate that he made in grade school, that's one that wants to be purchased.
Is it a dinner plate? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, it's a dinner
it's
plate. It
hanging on
has
his
it hanging
wall.
up. It says Irvy and it's him.
You'll know it when you see it, trust me.
You'll fucking know it, bro. So there was that one. What was it? There was another one that went by. Oh, the original Karate Kyle picture.
Yeah.
Like if you can get that'll go for big fucking money.
Yeah.
Well,
Big money,
just for the record, that the digital version of Karate Kyle is on sale now for the low price of $30,000.
All
If you
right.
know anybody, we have the digital version of Karate Kyle. But if we had the hard copy, I believe it upped the value of the NFT.
Right.
Well, absolutely. If you included it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great, guys. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Thank
Well,
you.
there's a lot of stress and anguish involved with all this, and getting a good laugh is really good for an old vet. You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to talk to somebody and vent a little bit and let go.
Well, it's
Hoorah,
a unique
buddy.
circumstance. It's
Hoorah.
a unique circumstance, right? You have a weirdo wizard, warlock, ninja, pagan, butt crack screaming your
Right.
name on the internet, right? Like it's
Right.
a weird dilemma to be involved in.
Well, today
Clev
he
says
actually
$50
gave
for the
my
set of
uncle's freaking
encyclopedia.
address, right? He gave my uncle's address.
did.
Out on
Yes,
the
he
air
did.
today.
including zip code. Hey,
Right.
he was gone for 1 hour, 20 minutes. Do we know what happened in that 1 hour, 20 minutes? I scrolled back to check. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Do we know what happened?
Yeah, they were interviewing him on the phone just like they were everybody. He was giving
Regarding
deposition
That was the
regarding
APS
his
call,
mother's
right?
death. There's a investigation into his mother's death, so they're taking depositions from everybody and everybody that was involved. Larry, Jim, him. Well, that's just the truth. I'm not saying anything. I don't have any information about where it's going or what's going to happen. I just know what I know. I mean, my wife's worried I'm giving away sensitive information, but I haven't said anything, so.
Okay.
If you can acquire a photo of his Mercury Link station wagon with Kurt feelers and the pink toilet paper with vampire teeth on the front bumper, we want that too.
Oh,
All right. If it
And
exists,
if-
I'll look for it.
yeah, and maybe, I don't know, if Old Painless is still kicking around the trailer somewhere.
Old Pain,
Yeah, if
Old
you happen
Painless
to
is,
find a fucking Gatling gun somewhere, that'll sell good too.
Yeah, right. Maybe a ninja sword or something. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll find his gi.
You do know that he did claim to own a minigun at one point in time, right?
No, nothing surprises me with this guy. He every time his mouth opens, lies.
Just airdrop him with the Gatling gun. That's all you
He's just
gotta
not
do.
programmed to tell the truth ever.
Oh, his shitty airplanes that he's
You're
building
right.
right now? The shitty
Oh my
airplanes would
gosh.
go for money too.
Like
Would they?
the whole like not programmed to tell the truth thing is like the weirdest thing. Like so obviously yeah, like he's raided his dad's closet or some old clothes box place there, finds an old University of Tampa,
Mhm.
shirt, and then all of a sudden, like retcons his entire history where it's just like,
He's a
oh,
football
you didn't,
star.
yeah, he didn't know that I was a football star. Like, forgetting like the fact that first off, it's not a football jersey, whatever the fuck he's wearing, and also that the University of Tampa fucking disbanded their football team in '74, like when Irving was what, like 10, 11 years old, like. I'm sure what the point. What's the point of that? Like, what does he gain from that shit?
Makes himself look good in his own brain. He makes him feel good about himself. I think he honestly.
And if he says it a couple more times, you'll
believes that
believe
shit.
it.
Well,
Yep.
that's it. And it's just like, he thinks if he says something on a video that makes it so, like this whole story of how it's 7.5 million, blah, 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 blah. We stole all that money, blah, nah, 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 nah. I sometimes think he honestly believes that shit. Oh, I
Well, and
did
we've
want
said
to,
that for a number of years. If he says something three times
right,
in a row, it's fact.
right. Well, or if
To a
he's
certain
rubbing
degree, he
his
does believe
hands,
it.
or if he's rubbing his hands, or, you can tell when he's lying because his mouth's open.
Breathing.
Right. But I did remember one funny that I wanted to bring up when he was telling the story. Oh, I was sitting down in my tank and reading the tank manual, and the LT looked over to the way he did, and Private Hilton. Now, any of us that have ever been in the military knows them fucking lieutenants ain't going down to that hot ass motor pool, to do nothing.
Ain't gonna fucking
Especially
happen.
to talk to
Brass
a
is in the
Ain't
private.
air.
gonna happen.
What?
Right?
Especially
They're
to
up there in
talk
the
to a
office, dude.
private.
Yeah, especially to go talk to a private, right? Oh,
To
Oh,
inquire
100
about
bucks.
what he's doing.
yeah, because they're
100
shipping him
bucks for
off to
this.
because they're shipping him
Go
off to
ahead.
be the government employee super spy ninja, whatever.
I would also pay $100 for the corduroy jacket that he got married in.
Oh my god. Secular, you have that video still on your channel, the wedding?
Yeah, if you guys have not seen the wedding video,
I'll be right back, dude. My teeth are floating.
I would pay. Sorry. I would pay buku bucks for a recording of Stinky getting a full dressing down, smoking from a DI, or other like senior NCO.
All I want is someone to open the cap and see if there's one solitary hole right in the middle. I think you're probably right. He reaches in.
well, we've
Supper
seen him on
time.
video. We've seen him on video dip a spoon in and share it with the dog off the spoon. That has happened. So,
I want the lampshade with the plastic that never came off.
oh, the piece of paper taped over the window? That would be a good one too.
Oh, that is a good one. And if you can get him to sign it, it doubles in value.
Well, I'm sure it says something along the lines of keep out on the backside.
The microwave. How much for that, baby?
You know how many bugs are in that? Oh my god.
Oh man. That'd be
How many
nasty.
TV dinners has that thing seen?
Like, I just wonder how thick the food crust on the bottom of it is.
Dude. You know, I have a question, Ronnie, and I don't know if Marsha's next to you or not, but she's actually braved, that trailer more than once in order to clean it. Can she describe the smell, like when she walks in? Like, what did it smell like? Did it hit you like a ton of bricks? Was it subtle? Was it worse in some areas and better in others, or was it just a whole haze of funk?
Oh, that one from the outro, the little bear, right? I know what that looks like.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Boo Bear. Yeah, that would. Isn't that still on his? I think it's on his shelf behind him still.
Oh my god, dude. Just what is that? What is that image? What are we looking at?
The microwave. That's the crusty
Oh
microwave.
yeah, with the black nasty shit. And I know that I just seen that for the first time the other day when he was making one of them videos cutting his airplanes. So I had to follow him on Twitch so I'd know when he was putting one of these stupid fucking videos up. So I seen that on one of the first things I watched the other day.
Well, Ryan, maybe you didn't hear me earlier. I have a question for Marsha if she's available.
Yeah, she is available. Marsha,
you can just deliver. You can just be my middleman, right?
All right, I'll be the middleman.
Right. I just want to know when she went in there to clean that trailer because we know she's braved the fucking vapors of Von Helton more than once.
Oh yeah.
How can she describe the smell? Was it like a powerful, hit you in the face?
I want you to describe the smell of Irby's trailer when you went over there cleaning. I can hear you.
Describe the smell of shit. I mean,
There it is.
musty, old, yuck. I mean,
Was
I
there
think
any escape from it? Like, was there like one room that wasn't as bad as the others?
No.
Or
He said, was there
Wow.
any escape from it? Was there one room that wasn't as bad as the others, or did it all just smell horrible?
it was all the same.
Right.
Every room, it looked like a freaking a show of the hoarders.
Well, let me ask this, because Vaughn semi-recently took us on a tour of his trailer where he had quote-unquote cleaned up. And he showed off the entire trailer. Spoiler alert, it was not cleaned up. He had just made a path to walk through all of his shit. But the girls' room, he had barred off. Like, he wouldn't go in the room. He said, I hadn't gotten to the girls' room yet. Can you speculate on how trash that room is?
Oh, now they're saying it's Friday night and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't.
How trashed that room was.
Which room?
Which room?
The girls.
The girls' room.
Yeah.
Which time?
Yeah, right.
Every time I went into that house, when Ma Helton would call me and say, hey, I need you to come down here and clean, it would take at least 2 people 7 to 10 days to clean a single wide trailer. Now, mind you, that's scrubbing the walls, that's scrubbing windows, that's pulling all the furniture out, which, of course, with the kids being in their rooms, the furniture was already pulled out and they were jumping and...
Yeah, we had to screw the furniture to the floor because they'd rearrange the room every time so they could climb up and get at shit.
We'd have to rebuild the bedroom.
Well, they destroyed all the shelves
So
in the closet.
they
'cause
literally
were probably getting up there and sleeping or playing or whatever, right? Jumping.
So they literally trashed it. Not and this is
Oh,
not.
yeah.
We're not putting blame on the kids because Vaughn obviously
No,
treated them
they
like
were
animals.
locked in that room for hours and hours and hours at a time.
And Vaughn accuses me of being around the children and training them and teaching them stuff. The most amount of time I spent around them children was to take them from Vaughn's trailer to Ma's trailer so that she could keep them out from underneath the cleaner's feet.
You guys would take them over and give them baths and put clean clothes on them and send them back. I remember that.
And then she would call and say, okay, it's time for lunch. Come over here and make lunch. We'd go over there and we'd either make a pizza. She'd have me make hamburgers. She'd make me... I'd make meatloaf.
You'd feed them.
Whatever.
Right.
I'd fix lunch, clean up from lunch, and then go back to the filth until about 5 o'clock at night. Marsha's original shit ninja confirmed.
And then she'd come home and right through the door and right into the shower.
Yeah,
like, oh my God, she hated it.
And Irv would just watch you guys slaving away, like he just he wouldn't pitch in.
Nope. He wouldn't do a fucking thing. I've never known him to do anything, man, ever. The most I've ever seen him do is pack some of the garbage out to the burn pit. That was it.
Now, wait.
I did see him do that.
Wait.
What?
If I had to climb up on a ladder, he had to make sure that he was right there. Now,
Well, that puts your ass in his face. Of course he would do that. I mean,
he'd say, now, Ronnie Ray would kick my ass if you fell and got hurt over here on my watch. So I'm gonna make sure you don't fall. I'm good, dude. Thank you, but no thank you. But whatever.
He's so noble.
oh yeah.
What?
That's so fucking creepy.
He's such an old-fashioned gentleman.
He is such a
The
good
only
guy.
reason that my wife even agreed to do that was for Alice. It
Well,
didn't
sure,
have nothing to do with Vaughn.
Well, obviously, and the kids. I'm sure she did it for the kids too.
Well, yeah, that was the whole thing. Like, we were trying to not get his kids taken again. You know, this is an ongoing try to keep Irvy's head above water so they don't take the children so Alice can spend more time with them, you know, that kind of thing.
Irvy was so aggravated with CPS one time that I was the only one standing there, and he come through and he looked at me and goes, Marsha, just take my fucking kids. I am tired of this bullshit.
Yeah, he tried to give us his
Please,
kids
Marsha,
once.
just take my fucking
He
kids."
literally tried to get, and then
James,
CPS contacted us and wanted us to adopt them, and I was like, no.
I don't want to be the middleman
I'm
between
50, man. I ain't trying to raise no more kids. All mine are grown, dude. I ain't starting over. Fuck that. I ain't got nothing but love for the kids, you know what I'm saying? But I'm you know, with my PTSD from combat and shit, I'm just not mentally capable of raising no little babies. I love my grandbabies. I spend time with them. They get to go home. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Granted, if something bad happened, which, nobody wants nothing bad happen, but if something bad happened, it ain't like I would say no.
Plus, it's one thing with one kid, but you're getting three, right? Like, you're not just getting a kid.
Well,
you're getting...
and at that moment, they were three little wild terrors because that was all they knew. He wasn't teaching them nothing. They hadn't really started school yet. They were in that room playing with shit. These were wild animals, okay?
What?
They were operating on instinct,
Locking their grandmother in her room so she has to climb out a window. Right, yeah.
She fell out that window.
Hillbilly Jim wants to know.
Because the kids locked her in a room.
Hillbilly Jim wants to know if Stinky's evicted, can someone do a walkthrough vid of the shit trailer before the auction begins?
I'm not in charge, so I can only do what I can do.
We're just putting ideas out into the ether,
When
Ronnie.
it's time to pack all that stuff out to the dumpster, I may be able to, help you guys out with something.
Well, we're just putting ideas into the ether, right? Whatever happens, happens. And we know you got more pressing issues right now. We know that the funeral's tomorrow.
What he calls an elder scroll. His gods,
the staff of Ra
dictated this elder scroll to him. And then there's a staff of Ra, which is supposed to be some... I know who Ra is, so I'm, whatever. It's supposed to be some, right. It's supposed to be some staff of Ra. And then he's got some
his
other
capes.
His capes.
Wizard capes.
All this stuff they're willing to pay big money for.
That's probably Laila's
It is cape. That little cape. It was Laila's Halloween costume, that cape he wore. The red cape, right? It was red, right?
Yeah, it was red.
Yeah.
And very small. It was child size.
Well, it was reversible, you hater. It was red and black. Formal and
gets
fun.
a staff of ball prepared
as far
to
as
die.
Alice's place, we are getting ready to do all that, but right now Irby's the only one with access to Alice's trailer.
What is this Irby plate? What is the original Irby plate?
He made a plate back when he was a kid in school that's got his face on it.
It's so
hanging on the wall. They want it. They're just this big list of stuff they want. Dude, pentagram necklaces worth way more than $100. Come on, now. There ain't no way you're gonna get that for $100. I may have that myself.
You will not have that stupid nasty necklace in this house.
Well, I could keep the rats out of the barn with it. Just the smell alone would keep all the rodents.
How do you clean the rape trailer? It's the Irby plate.
Right. That's the centerpiece of the living room.
Jesus Christ. Oh, look at that face. Now, so where is Miss Parker?
She's in here.
She's the Vaughn Wrangler.
I thought weren't they betrothed or something? They're supposed to have 16 kids and all that. Did he really say that to her? You're kidding.
Howdy, Mrs. P.
She can only text right now. She said it's very noisy where she is, so she's just listening. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, the Vaughn Wrangler. That's her? Okay, yeah. I see her face now. Yeah. Make a little terrarium and
That's right.
Right.
There's the Irby plate. Right there. There's the Irby plate.
Oh, is that the Irby plate? Is that really what it looks like?
No, it's been a little bit modified.
Right.
But you get the gist.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, his whole life is based on lies. Like, literally, all I've ever known him to do is sit over there and do what he does best, run that mouth. That's it.
Forgot the cape picture that I posted there. That was his old pentagram. Like, that was the big fucking bling one. He wears a smaller one now. So that's got to be kicking around there somewhere, too.
Yeah, that is a big one. Damn. I've never seen that big one.
Look at that. Looks like a bed comforter. He's converted into the Sorcerer Supreme's warlock cape.
I mean, it looks like Andre the Giant's boxing shorts is what it looks like.
You know, there has been rumor that Vaughn has a set of dentures. That's another big ticket item.
Did they stick dentures in his mouth when they cut all the teeth out?
His mom bought dentures for him, but he put them in the house one time.
So there are dentures somewhere over there.
There are dentures in the bathroom.
Yeah, there's dentures over there somewhere in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom, she said.
I mean, in the past, he did. He claimed he couldn't wear them because of his gag reflex.
He better be worried about that gag reflex. They send him to prison. You know, them boys in prison love him with no teeth.
What the
fuck, dude? I love these pictures you guys got, man. It's great.
Oh, this is just the very tippity top of the iceberg.
I haven't been exposed to none of this stuff. You know, I've been.
Well, yeah, you have to live it, right?
What, a year ago or something?
Yeah, you have to live it. So it's not. I can understand why it might not be as funny for you because you have to actually deal with this hobbit.
I don't know. I'm laughing my ass off, dude. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's been an inter-family joke for years.
It is. Like, we do
Now
the same
we've got
shit.
people to share it
We're
with,
some of his
so
worst
it's-
trolls, but we just ain't been online with it. You know what I'm
told
You
him,
keep it real world.
saying? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I've threatened him with violence more than once, and he'll run from me. And he ran from Jim too. Jim scares the hell out of him. So one time, there's a story that my uncle tells. One time that they got into it, him and Irby, and Irby says, "Well, I'll just shoot you." And Jim says, "You got your gun on you?" He says, "Well, it's over in the trailer." And my uncle said, "You'll never make it."
Flawless victory.
Yeah, my uncle packs full time. Like, you know, he had a gun on him right then. Like, "You'll never make it," he said. Yeah,
Here's
we've
Vaughn.
had to deal with this
that's some
cocksucker
magic.
for a long time. Dude.
Here's Vaughn with his magnetic spoon.
Some bouncy titties.
Is that necessary?
That's
Yeah.
real. That's real.
Floppy titty right there, boss.
Have to be subject to nastiness.
Yeah, that's cringy. Oof.
Marsha, come on.
Does
Come
anyone
on.
Does anyone
I
saw
like the one where he's-
the
there you go, where he's making the muscle right there, where he's showing his big muscles.
That looks like freaking the kitty floats. Those look like kitty floats.
Water wings.
What is that shit?
Nice tits. That's funny.
I thought it was junk in the trunk that would be a selling point.
Oh, it's great, dude. I'm loving this shit because, you know, we've been secretly doing the same thing for years.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh, look at that.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was back in like the 80s.
Yeah, I know, forever.
Yeah.
J-Dubs.
I don't even think he's 25 in that. I
What'd
think
you
he's
say?
more
What?
like 35.
Is J-Dubs in here?
No,
J-Dub?
no. He would not dare set foot in here.
Oh, I'd like to have 5 minutes alone with that guy.
No, we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, I need to talk to him one good time. I'm gonna
One
pin.
good time.
I'm gonna make his ears touch, dude. I'm gonna pin his ears straight back. And you know, Secular explained to me that he's probably not really Vaughn's friend. He's just egging him on. But
I don't give a
some of the shit he says really pisses me off.
The statement of all the frosts need to have a stroke and die was uncalled
Yeah.
for. You don't
He's
know
wishing
me.
bad shit on my family. That ain't cool.
Aw, poor
That
cat.
picture's gonna come back 1,000 times. Hey, I got crazy pictures of him on my Facebook.
Do you?
Remember when we had the birthday party for his children up at the house when they brought all the kids?
Yeah. Guy, his hair looks halfway clean in that picture.
Because his mom made him get a haircut and take a shower a week ahead of time.
It was probably right after a court date.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's not going to the funeral. You want to know why he's not going to the funeral?
Yeah, 'cause
he
we'll
said
all
he
be
wasn't
there.
gonna
All
go.
the Frosts will be there to show the love and support for Aunt Alice, and he's afraid they'll beat his ass.
Which we probably
He
would.
wants to scroll up.
Right?
Show him the
Yeah, if
feet.
you hear that guy in the
Show
background,
him
that's
the
my
feet.
son. He's home on leave for Christmas
Show
and
him the
stuff.
feet.
Hmm?
Show him the feet.
Oh,
They do
yeah.
look like
Did you
logs
see
of
the
wood,
feet,
but He
dude?
can hang from the freaking cave.
They're way up here, though. We gotta go way up. They've been
They'll
posting
send you a new one.
They'll
Oh,
repost.
man.
Yeah, there's a new
They're
one.
gonna repost it. 'Cause
There it
I have
is.
Drink it in.
Oh no!
That was July. June or
Oh,
July.
And
there's another one.
this one is a more recent one.
Oh, that's more recent. Oh my God, dude. They're almost touching. Like, oh man.
Those are wrapped
Oh,
in
it
cloth.
was just,
Oh,
it was,
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
some things you can't unsee, dude. Come on. That ain't cool.
Not
That was not cool.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Sasquatch Vaughn right there.
You know,
Go.
Like-
this peach colored shirt he's wearing is not the one that I'm thinking of, but a few of us in here remember when he uploaded 1 or 2 videos wearing one of Mouse's blouses. Like he was literally wearing one of Andrea's shirts, uploading videos.
no, that's the one I was thinking about right there. I love that with the dirty ass mirror.
The Punisher. Look at
Wait
him.
a minute, where is he
Ooh.
at? That didn't look like his house.
I don't know where that's at.
Oh yeah, this is on his computer. He has a note from his
That
kids.
looks like his house. That bathroom.
That's not his bathroom. I don't know.
No,
where
that's
that-
J-Dubs. That's J-Dubs. That's J-Dubs' bathroom, allegedly.
Oh, well, he's never been nowhere, dude.
Well, J-Dubs, just
They've-
just so
yeah,
you
that's
understand the
been
joke,
doctored.
J-Dubs has been evicted
No,
not
I-
once, but
I- I-
twice for shitting
That's
all
what
over the
shit on
bathroom.
wall looked like.
Yeah, but not tile.
Right, but see, this was paneling
Oh, that
where
was
we had to
good.
take putty knives. Putty knives.
Planet Earth is spherical.
What?
He swears up and down the planet
I
is
know,
flat.
he's an idiot. We can't help
We're all
that.
living in a petri dish.
I
I
know.
lo-
He's the petri dish.
Yeah, I love the picture of him running there because you think of think back to the pictures of like the toenails, like
Wait,
Who took
Like,
that
the-
video? Because that
I don't know,
What?
but the first time I seen that video, Darren had posted it, like, because he was trying to fly it. That's an airplane
it's
laying on the ground.
raining in there too.
yeah, he had his
Is that what he
plane
ran
outside.
after? 'Cause he damn sure didn't run after
He
his
was
kid.
out there trying to
When-
fly an
when we
airplane.
had that- when we
Yeah,
remember
it started to rain, so
Oh.
he had to get his airplane before it got too wet.
family reunion?
Hmm?
Remember that one time when we had the family reunion?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was about gone, and we had to spend 30 minutes finding Helena?
Yeah, she was up by the lake.
No. She went to
Or-
the bathroom and was running the bathtub.
Oh, well, I know we found Jerry up by the lake a few times.
Yeah. Lila crawled underneath the singer's van.
It's literally just a little pond. It's not like it's some big something. It's just
What
a little
about
bitty
them
pond.
titties? What about them titties right there?
Oh, yes, buddy.
That is an undoctored photo, by the way.
Why is he
I'm
without
sure it
shirt?
is.
When was that? I don't like that looks recent.
It is
Massive
semi-recent.
spoof.
It's within the
Yeah.
last year.
When was
Larry-
he doing this?
He's
When did
got
he
real
miss it?
tits, dude.
The
Like,
magnetic
wow.
spoon test.
Right. This was when he was talking to that Sam guy and J-Dubs, and they were convincing him that even if you're around people that have gotten the vaccine, you have been magnetically charged. And he went to the cabinet and got a spoon, and that's why he's hopping up and down because
An old Butch.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. I was still deployed when all that shit was happening. There's a lot to catch
I
up.
can't read it.
How
Mm.
do I find my pictures on this?
The new Punisher, huh?
Facebook. Why did he face the picture of Stan Lee with him next to it?
Vaughn didn't make
Go
that.
ahead.
Vaughn didn't make that.
I wonder what he paid for the McDonald's funny car.
He's probably got 5 of them.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
there's no
he,
telling how much money he spent of her money on that shit, man.
yeah, when he showed off some of his Hot Wheels, he had like 5 of each one. Like he had multiples of.
When
different-
Larry got the financial part and took over all that shit, the reason they did that was because there was speculation that he was robbing her, and we found out, because Larry knew about how much money was in there, and then he did that, and then when he got the
Look,
guardianship,
always said he is
and got all the financial parts of it back, all of her money was gone.
The reason I think
All
that
of it.
he's done some cross-dressing is because for the longest time, he would come over with longer, prettier nails than me, and that's the
So
only cleanest spot on
when
his
Larry
hands, like where he
took the
took fingernail
finances
polish from.
back, all she had
Not lying.
was her monthly income. There was no money left in the bank. Well,
Wow.
Larry got to digging through all the paperwork that he had removed from Alice's house because he was the guardian. He was in charge of all that stuff, and we didn't want it to disappear. He found an old life insurance policy on Big Herb, and he actually secured that money and put it back in Alice's new account that Irby didn't have access to, and that's what she has now. Whatever's left of that, they obviously spent some of it. They had to fix up some of the rental property. She's got a bunch of rental property here now. Like there's, um, including her place, there's a total of 5 properties that Alice Helton owns, and where Larry lives is one of them. Larry may have to find a new place to live himself.
The
We're gonna start doing a Civil War
did, so did she have any credit cards or anything like that? Because like the other
No,
things that
no.
like 'cause Vaughn orders a lot of shit online, like like a lot of the
Debit
stuff that
card.
he's getting.
Yeah, debit card. No, he was using his. So when he had the kids, he was getting ADC, which is the cash part of welfare.
I forgot about that. And Rick?
Yep.
Hmm. 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 Him, right? And if they'd have, hmm well, it was her debit card, probably the bank card. And just like anything else, you can use that card at any of them little stations if you got the pin. You don't even have to be that person. You know that. They don't check IDs hardly anymore. You can go to Walmart and spend $200 and just swipe that card and put in the code and walk away. You know what I mean? And if they do require a signature, you can just sign whatever, just scribble. Well, they probably were. That was something that he bought and had delivered right to his door, probably. And he's probably so stupid he had whatever it is sent right to his door so they could track it right back to him if there was an investigation about it. But no, he took her to the bank on a bad day when she was, a little out of it, and he opened an account and took her money out of her account and put it in his own. Yeah, sure did. And I still want the judge to investigate all that stuff, but who am I? I'm not really even involved.
Hey, Ronnie, how old is James, or how tall is James, rather?
How tall is James? Not very,
Yeah.
probably about 5'9". Yeah, about 5'8", 5'9". He's not real big.
Oh, okay. Bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I had him about 5'4".
No, he's about 5'8", 5'9".
Oh, look,
He's shorter than me, and I'm 5'10" and a half, 5'11" there.
We were putting swing sets together at Analysis for his kids because he wouldn't come out and do it.
Yeah, I had to put.
Here's a picture of it.
Well, on their birthday parties, I had to put all their toys and stuff together because he wouldn't come out there and even be with them.
Wow.
Are you aware as to whether or not he wears adult diapers?
Piece of shit. We all know it. Solidifies, the whole thing. You only got to spend 5 minutes listening to him to know he's a nut job.
Hey, I'm sorry, I missed. Does he wear adult diapers? Do you know?
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think he's in diapers yet.
Dear God, help him if he is, because nobody.
Dark Mage here brings up a very interesting question. What is this about Vaughn being a possible
You're
cross-dresser?
cutting in and out. I've never heard that. Cross-dresser, Vaughn?
Oh, shoot.
Just made the statement that when I first started going down there and cleaning for Alice, when she'd have him come over for breakfast, that was the cleanest spot on him was his fingernails.
Like he'd been painting them and then removing them?
Removed the nail polish before he come over.
Hmm.
I can't prove none of that, but I swear to God that was the cleanest. How is that the cleanest spot on his hands if he's not using nail polish remover?
Right.
can't prove none of it.
No, good enough for me. It's confirmed.
There's Alice and Elsie and Andrea. We were having a Christmas party.
Yeah, and where's Irvin?
I'm looking.
See, we'd always get together at Alice's house.
There he is, right there.
Let's see, is he clean that day?
Kind of.
Wow.
Relatively speaking.
All right.
I don't know how to put him on there, so.
Yeah, but whose relatives?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not a Frost, so I can't claim him, right?
That's right.
Luckily for me, his last name's not Frost, because then it would be even more embarrassing. And the fact that he says he's not a Frost is just fine with me. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, you know, we've spoken to Andrea years ago, and she told us, because she was, you know, I'm sure that she didn't do much laundry, but she did do some apparently, and she has stated that James never, all of his underwear is literally riddled with skid marks. So and
I told him that all of his underwear is riddled with skid marks.
So in other words, because I know Marsha's been there to clean up after him, has she ever come across a treasure trove of nasty under things of Vaughn's?
Have you seen nasty under things of Vaughn's in your endeavors through the trailer and
I
shit?
would go get gloves and tongs to pick up the solid black whitey tighties.
Come on.
Solid black.
God. See, I had never heard none of that, so you're getting it fresh from the fucking horse's mouth, you know what I mean?
Bill Gates would like to know what the opening bid is on the skid mark tighty whities.
I don't think he wears any underwear now. I think he goes commando now because he's gotten so fat.
I don't know, dude. All I know is he's had that same pair of pants on for 3 months.
Right.
That dark. And you can tell, the reason I know it's the same pair of pants is because if you look at him when he's cutting them planes and stuff out, when he's got his back to you, you can see that he missed one of the
buttons. He missed a belt
and
loop.
It's always that, like he never takes the belt out of those pants. He's putting them on every day. If he ever takes them off.
That was something that got brought up, because there's always like the shirt watch. Of like, you know,
how many days is he gonna have the red one on? Yeah, right.
Yeah, is it gonna be 6, 9, 10? I mean, he's going for long. Actually, he was going for pretty long stretches there, but they've shortened now that he's like starting to wear his, I'm guessing, mom and dad's old clothes. But like somebody just brought up the other day that his pants. Like, how come we weren't watching his pants? Because they seem to be the same ones for a while now.
Big Jim. That's Big Jim.
I know that's Big Jim. I got a bunch of pictures on Facebook.
Big Jim's gone now. So my dad and Little Jim had a brother, Big Jim, who was a half brother. He died. I mean, God, it's been a few years now. A couple years ago. She's got all kind of pictures of us at family functions in Alice's house. You know, where we
would go and host them at Alice's house and clean up the mess just so she could have the family around her.
Right, because he ended up running everybody off. Like, he wouldn't let nobody see her there toward the end. Like, we wasn't even able to get over there and see her.
Opening a present right there?
Yeah, that's her opening a present. That was when we did that number game and was exchanging gifts.
Yeah, the Santa game,
Right.
Dirty Santa or something where you could take somebody else's gift. Yeah, she got a present.
Rob your neighbor.
Rob your neighbor, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
We were a big family unit there for a long time, and then it went to shit when, I don't even know when he started that crap.
There's little Julie with Lila.
Well, we quit going over there when he started blaming Marsha for the kids wiping shit on the walls and all that. I wasn't going to have him blaming her for that shit, so we just
that must have been
we took ourselves out of the equation, and I hated to walk away from my aunt, but I was going to kill him, dude. If I'd have stayed going over there, I would be in prison right now. Because I have PTSD from combat, and I would handle him, dude. You know, I just can't. I can't be around that kind of stupidity.
Yeah, we're so awful that we put a makeshift wedding together for him and Andrea, and me and Brittany took.
We orchestrated all that. The Frost did.
Andrea's makeup on, and
we got him married.
In the wedding and everything. We're so awful.
I know, we're horrible. When Alice got pissed at him and quit paying his internet bill, guess where he was coming to upload his videos at? He was coming and uploading them on my computer, so
You know,
he could put them online.
can you elaborate more on that? Because he was gone for, I want to say, about a year or so. You know, maybe even a little
She
longer.
quit paying his bills.
She was tired of him sitting on the internet and not taking care of his kids, so she turned the internet off.
She couldn't even get him to take the garbage out.
How did he get the internet back on? Is that because he started getting money for Jerry?
He started getting welfare, right? He started getting Jerry's check. He had a little bit of income.
So
we don't know. He may have even robbed his mother. I mean, we don't know.
We just know that he started getting an income and got it.
The guy's a scumbag, dude. That's it is what it is.
The question I had, the property itself, like for power and stuff like that, utility, like is that just paid like once, or does each trailer have their own that gets billed, or
each trailer has its own meter.
Okay.
There's 2 bills, but she pays both of them, or did. She always took care of him.
Okay. So like
he ain't got no, even when he had income, she was still paying the bills because he'd blow that money on whatever he blew it on.
So that's probably going to get that's probably going to stop getting paid soon.
Well, yeah, he don't have the money to pay it, and they're not gonna. I'm telling you, he's fixing to be homeless. That's Kiki.
That's a Kiki baby.
If we can double back to the wedding real quick, because I heard Marcia back there. Yeah. Was Andrea as scared as she looks in that video?
I don't know. She seemed like, was Andrea as scared as she looks in that wedding video?
She looks terrified through the video.
Nervous. She had wedding
She's nervous.
jitters.
She's getting married.
For Andrea, I love Andrea to death. She had faults. We all have our faults. We all go through issues. She got the attention from Vaughn that she was seeking. So she went and, by her own volition. Now, what happened between the 2 of them? She would message me, and I'm going, now, Andrea, you're doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing.
Well, yeah.
You telling James
we're not going to elaborate on what she was doing, but
I'm not at liberty to say, but I would tell her, like, look, you can't be doing that.
Well, that's fair. Marcia, you know her really well. Is it safe to say that she is developmentally challenged?
Yes.
She's what?
Developmentally challenged.
Just a little bit, but for all of her faults and her challenges, she does have a college diploma. She just put herself.
No. I'm saying she has definitely accelerated in her knowledge since the get-go. What I'm getting to is, or alluding to, in fact, I'm not even alluding. I'm just going to ask: do you think James was taking advantage of a developmentally challenged child when he married her?
Yes, I think so. Here, ask her.
What is the question?
All right, Marcia, it's Paulie. Hey, in your opinion, do you think James was taking advantage of a mentally or developmentally challenged child when he married her? Just honest opinion.
Okay, that's a loaded question, and my honest opinion is it's kind of, yeah. I mean, she was young. She was very young and immature. She really was. Sweet girl. And like I said, we all have our problems. We all have our faults. We all have our skeletons. And I am not anybody's judge and jury. And I still talk to Andrea to this day. I love her to death.
Oh, and I like her. I mean, we've reached out to her. I've put my own money in her pocket. You know what I mean? I'm questioning what his fucking tactics were, right?
She had... Yes. Questioning what?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was questioning what his tactics were. To me, it looked like an old fucking geezer marrying a child that is mildly retarded. Like, it really bothered me from day one.
Yeah. When she showed up, Alice was not happy about it. I was kind of like, okay, really, Vaughn? But I know I spent a week cleaning the house before she arrived. I know that. And after she got there, I didn't spend a whole lot of time with them. I didn't get to know her that well. But yes, I feel that he did take advantage. And
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't my thinking. Yeah, I mean, there are other people here that have a similar thinking that I do. I just want to make sure it wasn't
Right.
like people from the outside looking in kind of deal.
Yeah, I had my own family to take care of. And when Ma Helton would call and say, hey, I need you to come down and do some stuff for me. And I'm like, okay. She wouldn't tell me what I would be doing. And I'd get down there and she's like, well, I called you down here because I need you to go clean James's trailer. Okay, great. Yay me. So I'd do what she'd ask me to do, and
Has anyone told you how James coerced her to get coming there to begin with? Are you aware of that?
I am not privy to that. And honestly, at that time, I was like, less I know, the better off I am because no. No.
Okay, so he was convinced that there was a cataclysmic event going to take place, and he convinced her that she had very minimal time to be safe in the hills of
Oh,
Kentucky
okay.
with him. Yeah, he basically scared her with doomsday.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it that the solar storm
Yep.
that he
Yes,
kept
ma'am.
talking
Yep.
about? Okay,
Yep.
then maybe I did hear that, but I just, because he's who he is, I would, okay, whatever, and go on about my day. But I just know that I spent a lot of time going over there to try to help him keep an old lady happy with her
Honey, I'm
grandchildren
sorry that
next
y'all
door.
lost Alice. I just want to say
I
that.
know.
I feel terrible for
I
y'all. And I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us. I hope
I
there's some
wish
fun and games.
I wish that I wouldn't have let that crap head chase me off, but my family comes first. You know, I still had children. My youngest is 19. And at that time, I had to take care of my family and not be. I I was involved. They subpoenaed me to court. I mean, CPS had me involved, whether I wanted to be involved or not. But because I love Alice, and I would not want anybody to take my children or grandchildren and not let me be around them. I didn't do. My husband Ron would say, "You're not going back over there to clean that nasty house. You can't. No, you're done. You're done." And I had asthma, or I still have asthma, but I said, "Look, I'm not doing this for James. I'm doing this for Alice and the babies to be with their actual grandmother." You
You know,
know.
that's something that people out here in our community kind of fail to recognize. I guess maybe you get callous to it, right? It's like, whoa, shitty fucking house, and she had to clean it. But at the end of the day, like, you were drug into fucking family court to try to sort this out. You had to testify that this guy was fucking up, and I want to just reiterate that to people that like this involved you personally in your life beyond just like cleaning a house.
Right. Yeah. I just took care of my family. My kids didn't go without. And, I would only be there long enough, once my kids hit home. Alice, I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. My time with my kids was important. And, to this day, I still have a really good rapport with my children. They tell me everything. And for Alice to be able to have that just for a little while, for me to come and clean the house to try and get the children back just so she could have them in her life. Hey, I put a smile on that old lady's face just because she was able to have her grandchildren with her for as long as she did. I did
So,
that.
can I ask a quick question?
Hmm.
Just out of curiosity, as a part of the Frost family, how does it feel to be just thrown in this internet spotlight from
I'm not thrilled with
2020?
it. I'm not thrilled with it. I have fought this from day one. James would always say, well, Marcia, why don't you go on there and back me up and be on my side? And I'm going, James, no, I don't want to be there. I don't. I'm madder than heck at him for putting me and my family in this position. Why? What did we do to you? I didn't do anything to you. I tried to help you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And he's the horse, and he didn't want to drink. I kept telling him, keep your mouth off the internet. You want to make these internet videos? Do not put your opinion on things, make funny videos, whatever. don't be out there just to get everybody to hate on you and be a part of every little nook and cranny in your world. It's nobody's business but yours and your family. And he doesn't understand the mechanics of a family. Because Aunt Alice, whether he wants to believe it or not, was my family. I called her Ma all the time.
Marcia, how big a yard do you have? Do you have a decent sized yard? Driveway?
The house that I live in, I got about 4 acres.
Hey, so when the estate sale takes place, I would like to just bring my RV
You want to
down.
bring your camper?
I
Okay.
want to bring my RV down. But can I park in your yard for the estate sale?
Sure, why not?
You're a
Park his
sweetheart. Thank
RV
you.
for the
You know,
for the estate sale.
You know, I know it's a bummer, like what Hell asked you, that you're thrust kind of in the spotlight here. But if it's any consolation, 1,000 to 1 people are on your side. The only people that aren't are people like J-Dubs, and
Yeah,
that's it. Like, you're talking
Yeah.
3 or 4 people, less than the fingers on your hand.
right. And that's okay. I was thrust into the spotlight this year because we're Civil War reenactors, and been put in charge of a 501c3. So I've been on I've been on the news. I've been
Good
on.
on you being an accountant all of a sudden.
I'm in charge of a group that hosts a Civil War reenactment. So you'll see me on
Good
that
for you.
webpage.
Resume building.
Wildcatbattle.com.
Wildcatbattle.com.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. You see my smiling face while we was camping and rebuilding. That's my pride and joy.
I know it's a traumatic question, and we've already asked it, but just because, right? Just because we
Okay.
got you on the horn yourself, and we're not going through the middle here. Like, what was the stank like? Like, did it hit you like
He really
directly?
wants to know what that thing smelled like. That's
Right.
funny. He's been asking about that all night.
B, is that you, baby?
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
That's one of the oldest questions. Like, what does the trailer smell like?
Wait,
'Cause
look, to put it
the
into
first guess was
context,
beef stew, right? It was like old beef
right,
stew.
right,
It was like, what
right,
I
right.
could get.
And let me elucidate you as to why I'm asking this, right? Because a few of us years and years ago, because you could actually date Vaughn's videos by how high the trash of refuse behind him was. So
Name that trash.
we played a game called Name That Trash, right? For a while. So that to us, it was something we were really into. And I remember, I will never forget, a guy who's not around anymore. We were playing an episode of Name That Trash, and this dumb fucker said, "Oh, that's a bottle of Listerine right there." Yeah, dude, that's Listerine, totally.
Of all things.
Well, it depends on which time, because the very first times when we moved down here, there was carpet in this trailer, and he had a cat, and the cat had been gone for a couple of years, and the cat box had been there for a while, and I mean,
I can only imagine.
I mean, which time? I mean, just filth. Just
I mean, you described it as like a hoarder type atmosphere when you walked in, right?
It is. It truly is. I mean, you've all seen hoarders, and when you watch hoarders, it's all mounds of trash that you have to shovel through.
Did Mouse make it worse, or did she contribute?
She didn't help. She didn't help.
Okay.
Because I mean, there was a little place here in town that she would go, because it was a little thrift store. You can go in and get a goodie bag for $1, and it was a trash bag full of clothes, and you didn't know what you were getting.
Secular called that. Secular called that years ago.
You could just go get this bag of clothes. Sometimes you'd get good stuff. Sometimes you'd get, oh God, okay, that's got to go back. I don't need that.
Bag of clothes confirmed.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I got a couple of bags of those clothes, but see, I'm one of those. I redonated what I didn't keep. I didn't just keep it in the hallway. I mean, books upon books that I mean, I could probably go into Alice's garage right now and still find those 15 boxes of books that she got from the thrift store. Because, I mean, it would go from in the house to stored in the garage, because I wasn't allowed to throw anything away, because you might need that.
Oh, no.
And when you had to clean up for a week before she arrived, we would say it was pretty messy.
James is not the neatest person in the world. No.
Right, okay.
No.
Could the South have won the war if Felix Zollicoffer had an Elder Scroll?
What? Where'd you get those pictures from, dear? That was us. How do you put it in there? I don't either.
You'd have to be signed in on the Discord on your phone. Would make it easier. Or
He's on the computer and I don't know. Now there's pictures from this year that's
if
not
he's
on the
got them on
website
his,
yet.
if he's got them on his computer.
I'll give you 10
Oh,
bucks for a
who-
long range
What the
screwdriver.
fuck?
Come on, Mr. U. What are you doing?
What was that?
Oh, that's an old
Why?
one.
Why would
Come
you do that?
That's
on.
George Bush pimps ripping cervix back there. That's what that is.
God help us all.
Well,
Oh
listen,
my
to
God.
be fair, we didn't hack his computer to get this. He put this out there.
Oh, I know he did. I know he did.
He put it all on Facebook publicly.
How do you pin a picture onto this Discord? Where was those pictures, dear?
It can be difficult on a phone.
We're on his computer.
There's a little plus sign in the chat bar.
To the left
Oh,
of the
plus sign
chat
on the chat
box,
bar. Go in the chat box.
if you're on
That
Discord.
little plus sign.
Upload a file.
And you have to find where it's stored.
That is
Which picture
GBP
are
looking
you
through the
going?
mirror, too. That's fucking epic.
Yeah, it's George Bush
It's
pimps. buddy.
subtle. It's subtle, but it's there.
Yep. Andrea, I tried to be there for her when she needed me. Love her to death. Was the North Dakota baby? That's his kid.
Yeah, that's another good one. Thank you, Lusty.
That was his wife.
We've heard, and maybe you can help us out with this. We've heard that he's actually joined the Marines.
Who
He's
is actually joined the Marines?
the son.
That part I couldn't tell you. I know Aunt Alice paid the child support for many, many years. I'd have
Right.
to write the check out, $160 a month. I know. I know.
Right.
She
Well,
did all that.
I know it's been a few years, but we have seen pictures of the North Dakota kid, and I mean he looks spitting image of
He
her.
does. How do you send that? Hit enter. Let's hit enter. And here we go. Here we go, guys. That's me and Ron.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was looking at the at your website. So do I have to be local to be a Laurel Home Guard, or can
No,
I
you
be
do
an
not.
honorary? Okay.
You do not.
All right.
You do not have to be local to be a Laurel Home Guard member. You can pay your join. You come out in October and hang out with us, and you can. Where are you from?
I'm in Illinois.
In Illinois. Okay. Yeah, you do not. I've got members in Alabama, Tennessee. I've got some in Alaska. I've got some in Arkansas.
Are cell phones allowed?
Oh yeah, that's how we got some of these pictures.
Well, while reenacting.
Cell phones were meant to be in battle, sir.
Nice. Nice.
Well, yeah, everybody out there's got their cell phone because you got family. It's a weekend
Right.
event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got to be able to have contact to your family if something happens.
I was just joking around, but yeah.
I even have a military grade case on mine.
Nice.
Wow, really, Mr. You come up with the oddest
Isn't that
pictures.
great?
Night Irene.
I like the UFO. Look at the UFO. It's subtle.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
UFO is
Perfect.
subtle.
It definitely.
Over the
you can
nursing
join.
home
Yes.
at that.
Come on. Got some in Ireland. Wildcatbattle.com. Fill out the forms. Give us
Marcia,
your
did you
information.
happen to notice that that's one of the nursing homes in the background?
It is one of the nursing homes in Hamilton. Yes.
Ain't that fun?
Dang.
Yes. Yeah. May or may not have been there that day.
It slapped the piss out of you was one of our more artistic members that was really handy with Facebook or with Photoshop and with actual drawing pictures.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, Vaughn cracks me up because we're so awful and we're so bad, but got pictures of us celebrating his kids' birthdays at my house, throwing parties. I mean, but great. Yeah. That right there, I think, is what
Well,
hurts
I
the
look
most.
forward to bringing down the freaking coachman and parking it there, and we can hang out for the weekend.
Okay. Bring down the coachman and hang out for, well, yeah, come on.
By the way, where should I send flowers? Should I send them to the graveside or to the cemetery or the funeral home?
Funeral home. She's done traded it off. I think she's got a pee. Yeah, you can send them to the funeral home.
Appreciate you, buddy. I think I'm also going to send a suitcase to the Helton compound there.
What?
I think I'm going to send James a
Maybe
suitcase.
suitcase. Yeah.
He's gonna need it.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
Love Crown Royal.
Ronnie, are you familiar with the fact that James is a time traveler?
I'm not surprised.
Dude, they clued me in on that last time I was in here speaking with him.
The time traveler, huh?
He got a little bit of exposure.
There's a couple of guys that have got a quite popular show now. It's actually on TV. They started on YouTube years ago, though, called The Good Mythical Morn is the show. And we had let them know that, like, Von Helton was a time traveler, and they did an expose on the show about it. Not once, but twice. There you go. Look at the pictures of Von Helton through time.
20 mil pop. A YouTube channel with at least like 20 mil followers.
Wow.
Did an expose on him. They got a TV show now and shit.
Irv will say
I don't
it's not
see
time travel, it's reincarnation.
I don't see what him apologizing or whatever would have anything to do with any of us, because we're done with him, dude. I mean,
Do you think there's any scenario in which Vaughn stays in that trailer?
nope.
I know it's your guess. I know you're guessing because you're waiting
Yeah,
on.
I mean,
all
I
the-
can only guess what they're gonna do, but I'm almost completely positive that there's not gonna be a scumbag living in the trailer on that property.
Wow. Again, I gotta say it. I mean, I know we've said it many, many times, but for the love of the game, Ronnie, please get down there. I want to see his face when he is ripped out of there. And you know,
Right.
I don't know how things work. I've never been evicted before, so I'm blissfully unaware of that
Police
process.
come and put your shit out in the street.
Well, but does he get a warning? I mean, does he get like?
He gets an eviction notice, and then he's got
Right.
30 days to comply, and then after that, we
Right.
have to go back to court, and then they come out and physically put his shit out.
That's what I'm saying. If when he gets that eviction paper, that is going to be the last 30 days. We need to figure out a way that, do you go over there and record him getting it? Because I don't think he's going to have internet. I think his internet's going to be gone any day now.
Thank you, NAYSAYER. Yeah, possibly. I mean, my family is handling all this stuff, so if that stuff's gonna have to be delivered by somebody, and
Oh man, you have no idea how great that would be.
could take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, and I know you're speculating, you don't know, but if there was like
that part of it is pretty much. I mean, that's almost guaranteed.
well,
No judge in the land is gonna keep a dead lady's property going so people can live there.
right. Well,
Give charge. You know what I'm saying? They're just not gonna do it.
well,
Son or no.
let me posit a different type of question. This is a little bit darker, okay?
Right.
But is there any possible scenario in which Vaughn, like Waco style, bars the doors and holds up, with the firearm and says, "I ain't leaving"?
Well, another cousin was afraid that because he's got nothing left to lose, that he would burn both them buildings. He would burn that place down. That's another thing we've been worried about, because he's just vindictive enough to do something like that,
Do you
If he
know
can't
whether or
have
not
it,
he has
nobody
a
can have
pistol?
that kind of mentality. Last I heard, He had taken all Alice's guns, and he said somebody come and took them, so I'm assuming he took them to town and pawned them for money.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
ain't nobody went over there in his trailer and took nothing.
Okay. Okay.
We're assuming that those guns went to town.
Huh. Okay. Well, I don't think he has them for the simple fact that he really likes showing them off.
Yeah, and you ain't seen them in a while.
A very long while.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm sure he got hard up for money to keep his internet on, or he needed that new microphone, or a new chair, a new gaming chair, whatever, and literally took that shit to town, dude, and it went to Hawk.
We haven't seen him since the shotgun showing.
Yeah, didn't ever know. It must have been Alice's Benelli that he was showing. Was it a fancy shotgun?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a semi-auto. So
yeah, oh yeah, that was Alice's. All them guns were Alice's. Them weren't his guns.
That's what we suspected.
You know, she started losing her mind. He just went over and helped himself to whatever. You know, oh, this was my daddy's. I'm taking it. You know, that's how he would justify all the stupid shit he does. You know what I mean? Oh, he literally
Dude
just
is a
went over and
total
took it.
shitbird.
And what's a 92-year-old lady gonna do? She gonna go over and wrestle him for that shotgun? Hell no, she can't. It got to the point where she couldn't defend herself. So
Well, she didn't even
got away
know
with
what day
murder,
it was.
dude.
She literally asked if her parents were alive in one
Right.
of the videos Vaughn made.
I know. And
Yeah,
he's
I still don't understand
so you want
how
me to
that
have
was the.
I seen where he was coaching her in that video. Oh, so you want me to have control of all the money? Yes. Oh, so you want
It was all left to me, right?
Right.
Yeah, the one where she asked about whether her parents are still alive. I'm trying to think of how many takes they did, and that was the best one.
It was brutal, man. It was so brutal.
He thinks because he got Alice on camera saying that makes it so. You know what I'm saying? He really believes that. Like, he'd bring that video up in court and, oh, well, she said this. Well, he was coaxing her. You could watch the video and tell he was coaxing her what to say.
Leading the witness, Your Honors. Leading the witness.
Even long before that, the one that broke my heart is when he was recording her in the kitchen. They were standing by the island and said something about your daddy. And she goes, oh, my daddy, is he still alive? Like, yeah.
Well, her daddy lived to be 101. But he's been gone, 20. Me and Marcia have been married 27 years, and me and her weren't even married yet when we come down for his funeral. We were just dating, so it's been almost 30 years, yeah.
Stinky! So she's been slipping that long, you know?
Oh, no, she ain't been slipping that long. She's been slipping for the last year or two anyway, real bad. I'll tell you, she was a heck of a woman in her day. I'm telling you. That was a strong...
Well, I'm saying she's been slipping since he made that video, and that would have been probably almost 2 years ago.
Stinky! After he was back from the Army, one of his friends got an AR-15. They were shooting one day, and he was bragging about his Army marksmanship. The guy handed him the AR-15. He couldn't figure out how to open the action. The charging handle practically has an arrow pointing to it saying, pull me, and he could, well, yeah. I mean,
Two fingers and pull, sir. Just pull.
All right, well, I mean, so you guys were saying, was that you, Polly, that's got his stuff?
Yeah, I got everything I can get my hands on, man. The only flag I've ever taken on any video anywhere, I showed a screenshot of his DD214 explaining what all the codes were, and he flagged that video down.
I showed mine?
Yeah, I showed mine too. I have videos about me, you know, like I put them out there, and so I ended up drawing a 2 foot by 3 foot exploded version of his DD214 and posted it.
Was there anything in the description?
No, I mean,
did he even get the rainbow ribbon? Did he even
no, he didn't get shit, dude. 9 months, bro. 9 months. He made it into the fleet, but just barely. I mean, just fucking
18 months in Iraq, dude, in the middle of fucking nowhere on a tank.
Feel ya. Been there, done that. I did it first generation. I wasn't on a tank, though. I was in a fucking shitty Humvee with an antenna.
Yeah, I was there first generation myself. The very first one. One that sucked because they sent us out there with nothing. No infrastructure, no
I was with
logistics in place. God, it sucked. They had
Second Lamb.
water and MREs and shit. I was in the
Second
24th
Land
Infantry
Battalion,
Division,
communications,
mechanized.
sir. Yeah, no,
Worked for
we
the
were in the
64th
thick.
Armor Battalion, attached to the 24th Infantry Division mechanized. But I ended up going to combat with the 3rd of the 7th, which is now Rock of the Marne at Fort Stewart. So that's where my boy's stationed. He's a tank mechanic now. Which is cool because now all me and him want to do is talk tanks and shit.
Yeah, your patron down the road there. He, yeah.
Vaughn's tank drew through the obstacle course while he was asleep and so yeah.
What?
No, that didn't go over too well, did it?
Well, that and having to go pick up all those depleted uranium shells that made him sterile where he couldn't have kids. That's the other one.
Ha.
Yeah, well, that's funny because I've sired a whole slew of them. Kids?
Yeah, he claimed he was sterile, and then Lila came along. Yeah, no, but I don't think that's the case.
Cleb, that's not 19 Echo, it's 19 Kilo. Yes, I drove an M1 A1. Well, I started out with the M1s with the 105s, and then was cross-trained for the A1s, and then we drug old National Guard IP tanks over there, and they were all busted up and broken. And right before we crossed over into Iraq, we drew brand new A1s, still wrapped in plastic, covered in cosmoline. We had to clean all that shit and lay it out, and you know how it is. Anybody ex-military knows what I'm talking about.
It's a lot of fucking work, bro.
Yeah, man, to get ready to go into war. So then as soon as we got everything cleaned and put together and inventoried, then here they come with the helmets with big, with the honeycombs, and then we started loading the tanks full of ammo. And
time to go tear them up.
Yeah, that was it. But then, yeah, to hear him talk his shit, dude, it's just, it's been everything I am, dude, to not go down there and slap him around.
I gotta ask my dad and brother if they had to deal with cosmoline.
Yeah.
Nah, but they were both Navy.
Yeah. Anything that you get
the
new
safe
in the
option
Army
to go,
is
guys.
usually covered in the shit.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that was the other thing. He invented rap music. Did you guys know that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was when he was DJing back in the city, somebody came up and says, "Hey, why don't you go ahead and just play some music, right? Just play some music. What song am I playing? I don't know. Just play something with a beat, right?" And this guy told stories. It was the first rap song ever.
Wow. Wow.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, why didn't you vote for him when he ran his presidential campaign a couple of times?
Because I didn't know.
When did he do this?
I didn't know he ran. See, he missed out on my vote because he never told
A
me.
couple of times he had himself put on he actually told us that he got votes. He got write-in votes in Kentucky, not only Kentucky, but in Clay County, where there is no write-in vote. I did my homework on that too.
In Clay County, Kentucky, you mean where the whole world hates him?
Right, every bit of it.
Dude,
I mean, you can ask anybody around Oneida, dude, and you just say his name, and brother.
I work at the local dollar store, dude. I've been kind of, informing some of the people about it because not everybody's tuned in about Alice's passing and everything. And as soon as I mention him, they're like, "Oh, you mean Von Helsing? That's what they call him."
Von Helsing?
Yeah. Everyone in the community knows him as a vampire.
I was just going to ask, did he have like one of those community nicknames like Shit Stain or you know what I mean?
Toothless vampire.
Von Helsing is pretty much what they call him. I've heard it from a couple of different people, so.
We refer to him as the, I'm sorry, we refer to him as the Gummisher.
Oh, shit. Oh,
the Gummisher.
Look at the pacifier.
I never heard that. All I ever heard was he was something from the Sagittarius realm or some shit. I heard that, but I was never. That must have been early.
Well, there was
in
the
his.
fang removal story.
Oh, really? I haven't heard none of
His
that.
mom had his fangs removed. That's why his teeth fell out when he was younger.
No, they were rotten, and she went and paid to have them all cut out, and they cut them all out at once. And as soon as they cut them out, they stuck false teeth in his head, and he wouldn't wear them.
Well, the reason they did that is because his mom made him drink fucking fluoridated water. That's why his teeth went bad. Fluoride in the water.
No, that's no. The reason his teeth went bad is he's a scumbag that never brushed them.
I had no idea.
Right? We all know the truth. That's his game, deflecting blame. You know, he never accepts anything, you know, that he may have done, or he never accepts any of the blame for anything that's ever happened to him. It's always somebody else's fault, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if, you know, there's shit stains on my underwear. Well, that's Andrea's fault.
I think he said he was drinking Mountain Dew since he was 5 years old, so he probably got Mountain Dew mouth.
Sure. No. Yeah, no. Funny, man. Oh, did he promise a video in the morning? So, does everybody know what's going on tomorrow as far as timing and stuff? If you read the obit, it posts, it had all that stuff. I seen it up there. Somebody posted it. All right. Gummy shirt. That's great. All right, Sec. We'll see you, buddy.
Night.